Oh, Great Spirit, Namaste. Saints and sages of all times, of all places, most infinite Lord of stillness, O ye beings of the air, the earth, the fire, the water, the ether, most beloved helpers in all of thy names and all of thy forms, ancestors, ancestors of our bloodlines, ancestors of our adopted lines, ancestors of our spiritual lines, of our marriage lines, of our friendship lines, of all of the lines that lead to the consciousness which we hold. Namaste. Om Shri Babaji Yanamaha. Om Shri Lahiri Mahasayaji Yanamaha. Om Shri Teshwarji Yanamaha. Om Shri Brahmahansa Yoganandaji Yanamaha. Om Shri Sadguru Shaliji Namaha. Om Shri Guruji Swami Pranananda Yanamaha. Most beloved Lord of life, most beloved Ishtadevata, in all of thy names, in all of thy forms. Namaste. Sweep clear our paths, let our time together be uplifting, our communication be clear, that we may see, hear, and know that which is needed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Aim Sarasvataye Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our Sunday Sangha. Relax, relax. Settle in for a moment. Do you remember Naruda? Naruda Muni. You know Naruda Muni, the son born of Lord Brahma's thoughts. Naruda Muni, who comes to your house every once in a while to tell you stories, who comes to the village to tell you stories, who comes to the city to tell you stories, who comes to the theater to tell you stories and play his music. One day, in the ever-present now, upon his journeys, Naruda comes to a beautiful place in the countryside. It's really lovely. Just the hills were green, the grass was green, verdant, the water was clear running through, the sky was so beautifully blue. It was so peace-filled. A big open ashram. He looks up and he sees people, humans of all beliefs, of all faiths, of all mystical paths. Oh, they were gardening together. They were going to the great hall and meditating together. It was peaceful. It was so beautiful. Just the place for Narada Muni to show up. He walks to the gate. Hello? Anybody there? Hello? Oh, please. You are most welcome. Why, you look like Narada Muni. That I am, that I am. Do you have room for me tonight? Oh, we have a place at the table always waiting for you. You're always welcome here. So in he goes. Sits down, enjoys his feast, nice feast, sitting around having a good cup of chai afterwards. Oh, delicious. Oh, that was good. Spring water was delicious. The chai was good. So what kind of place is this? I see a lot of forms of the divine around here. And you're all dressed in different attire. But you seem so peaceful. Why, yes, sir. This is a place that's open for everyone, said the little girl. It doesn't matter who you worship here. You can worship any god at all. They're all happy here. We're all happy here. Is that so? Yes, stay a night with us, stay a night with us. I'd be delighted to stay a night here. So, the end of the night, it's time to get together. They get around the fire, they're all cuddled up warm, and they're all... Well, now, I have a question for you. You should always watch out when Narada Muni says that. Are you sure that one God is not the best? Are you sure that one of your gods is not better than the other? Well, we all come here to pray to our forms of the divine, our God. Everything seems peaceful. Okay, sounds good to me. That's what you think. You know, you're probably wiser than I am anyway. Planting the little kernel of doubt, as he was wont to do. Neruda goes off to bed. In the morning, he hears a little chatter. Packs up his bag, throws it over his back. I'll be back in a couple weeks. See you then. Bye now. Off he goes, chuckling to himself. Aha, he's planted the seed. Now what's going to happen? 1 week, 2 weeks. He's getting pretty excited. He's going back. He knows something great's going to happen. And in he walks. My God, my God, my God, my God, my God. Whoa. Oh, yes, Naruto, I see you're back. Well, we've got a problem here. We cannot figure out whose God is the best. And look, you have to come in and help and solve the problem. Naruto walks in. They all gather around. He says, so, what's going on here? What's going on? What you doing? This was a nice place when I came here last. But you planted the seed of doubt. This one worships Vishnu. This one worships Krishna. Same God? No. They say it's not the same. This one worships Hanuman and Shiva, Kuan Yin and Jesus and Mary. We're arguing. From the minute we get up, we're arguing. We've started to throw rocks at each other. We've started to carve out places in the temple where only those people who worship Krishna can be, only those people who are tuned to Ganesh can be, only the Buddhists can go here, only the Christians can go here. We've had to divide everything up with ropes, and it's very hard to get through. Well, I did it. I did it. What do you mean? What do you mean you did it? The Guru sent me here. I did it. You've lost your peace. You've lost your equanimity. Why? Why? One young, ardent, strident young man. Very, 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 very devoted. He was devoted to Vishnu in the form of Krishna. And Vishnu is always seen lying on his side. The brothers, Brahma the creator, Narada Muni's dad, Vishnu the sustainer, sleeping on his side, and Shiva the dissolver, dissolving away the universes. The young man interrupts wildly. I don't know what you're doing, but I will prove to you that my God is the best. Runs up. And in the temple, here there is Krishna, Vishnu. As the boy runs up, the God becomes alive, and the boy takes his foot and bam, 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 wake up, wake up. He kicks his God in the chest. Oh my. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, I see your devotion. I see your love. Here, give me your foot, my beloved. Did you hurt yourself when you kicked me? And with that, Vishnu, Krishna's follower, fell back, passed out. My goodness, he was right to be devoted to Vishnu Krishna because, look, he kicked him right in the chest. And what did his God do? Opened an eye and said, here, give me your foot so that I make sure you're more comfortable. My God is the best. Narada Muni smiles and says, looking around the room, would any of the rest of you like to kick your God in the chest? Oh no, Master. Oh no, Master. And Naruto says, good thinking. Good thinking. Now, what can I tell you? He kicked Vishnu Krishna in the chest, and the god showed compassion upon him. Does that mean that his God is better than yours? No, 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 no. No. I'd like you all to listen a minute, just a minute. They sat down and they closed their eyes. Now wait a minute, he said. Now each of you rise and look into the eyes of your Ishtadevata, of your God. Each open their eyes, and all of the forms were filled. And all the forms came together, and all of the forms dissolved into You would think that would have been the end. But alas, look at the world around you. It wasn't the end. Naruda Muni said to them, see, see, see. All is one. The form is your preference. The form is your thought form. The form is you saying, this is better than that. It is not. There is no difference. In that temple, the divisions fell away. The segments of the room fell away. A circle formed. All of the divine forms, all of the human forms, all of the forms of all of the beings in the circle. But alas, Naruda Muni had been working his mischief throughout the worlds. And upon the earth plane, every place you looked, people were objecting. They were building walls. They were building cages and putting other beings in cages, other human beings, other non-human beings in cages. They were insisting on the rightness of the form of their God. They killed each other. They killed each other. The humans killed each other over the name of their God. They tortured each other mentally, verbally, physically, to see the right form of the eternal good, the eternal divine, which is one. All of these manifestations are just forms. But the thought form that you have chosen, that I have chosen to attune to, is a very special thought form for us, for you. It's a thought form for you. It's a state of consciousness, better than a thought form, a state of consciousness, a state of the form of the divine that for you is most meaningful. It's like this. Think for a moment of someone whom you love very much. Just shut your eyes, right? And allow the forms of those that you love to come into your eyes, your mind's eye. For just a moment. The heart opens, it's sweet. It feels good to see the forms of those we love. And I hope for you there was more than one person that came to your mind's eye. I hope for you that you saw the faces, the feelings, the smells, the energy of those whom you love, whether they're here or not here or on the other side. Not just one, but many that are one. In yoga, Om, the sacred sound of Om, AUMm, and then the sustaining This is the symbol of the divinity. It is the symbol of all manifest reality. Within the Om is everything that is manifested in this universe. And in all of the universes, known and unknown. And so what does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? Why is it important? Naruda Muni disturbed the equanimity. He disturbed the peace of all of those in that beautiful ashram who had been living joyfully at peace with themselves. And he did it easily. He just said, well, I think there's probably one of you whose God is better, causing one of the devotees to kick his divine in the chest and allowing all to see the divine gently opening its eyes and saying, did you hurt your chest? Did you hurt your feet when you kicked my chest, my dear? Let me make it better for you. It doesn't make that God better, that form of the divine better, but it shows us compassion and love that exists within all of the divine. If you attune to a state of the divine that you are afraid of, where you feel that you're a God-fearing person, somebody's told you that if you do something wrong, you will be punished. You have attuned to, become relative to, an erroneous thought, a thought that is not helpful to the joy and the beauty and compassion in your life. The divine one is not malicious, mean, cruel. It is not to be feared. Yes, to be respected, obviously to be respected. But to become intimate with, to become close to become one with. Now, what do we see happening in the world today because of this erroneous thought that one God is better than the other? I said it earlier, we put people behind walls, we build cages. The world can become and has become torn apart by greed, by the emotions of people, by the emotionality of people, by this crazy thought that I need to be better than everybody else. I need to strive. Neti. Surround your life with that which brings you a calm mind. Eat the food that brings you a calm mind, not the food that riles you up. I don't know, let go of my guru used to say, let go of all the garlic, let go of all the onion, the leeks, the foods that rile you up, that make your mind agitated. Let go of those. Let go of eating the pork and the beef. Let go of the heavy foods. Let go of all of the foods with chemicals, for they bring chaos to the mind. They weaken your aura and bring chaos to the mind. Unless, as Pranananda always said, if you want to be a sumo wrestler, then eat the food of sumo wrestlers. If you want to be a meditator, eat the food of meditators. If you want to be a ballerina, eat the food of the ballerinas. This means, thus, that we must accept that all have the right to attune to their form of the divine, in whatever form that is. Whatever name you call God, the other name is good, it's acceptable. It's like this. You all have a name, you've been given a name. But I bet if you take just a minute, you'll realize that from the time you were little, you've been called more than one name. Sis, auntie, uncle, dad, bro, mom. Hey you. Some variation of your birth name. More than one. But they all refer to you. And so you don't kick somebody in the chest, you don't kick them in the head, if you will, because the name that they use is different for the divine. And so within us, we need to cultivate acceptance, peace, equanimity, and patience. And I think you've heard me say the last few weeks, the necessity of cultivating patience is really quite dominant in our world today. Patience with the desires of others. And it occurs, the cultivation is done on a daily basis as part of your everyday life. It's not like you sit up a time and you say, I'm going to cultivate patience, I'm going to sit down and go out and cultivate patience. But rather that you make yourself a vow and say, all right, I'm going to cultivate patience. And every time something irritates your mind, you take a breath. What's causing the impatience in my mind? Is it because somebody else is doing something that I would prefer that they not do? Are they doing something that I don't like? Are they doing something that they didn't consult me about? Are they doing something that I think is wrong? No. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. And let go. Let go. Let go. Naruda Muni caused chaos because people did not let go. They did not let go of that idea. He said, are you sure there's not one of your gods is better? And immediately they all sunk into that human feeling state of, Mine is best, mine is best, mine is best, mine is best. And chaos arose. And so the key here is to recognize in cultivating patience, it's an everyday opportunity. In cultivating happiness, you have an everyday opportunity. But in cultivating patience, every single time you get ready to go someplace and you're in your car, if you have a car, if you drive, oh, that's a great sadhana opportunity, because someone else will always, or almost always, want to go faster than you, want to go farther than you. And what do? Do you compete? Really, seriously, do you compete? Do you drive faster than them? Do you try to race them? Or do you simply pull over? Do you become passive? Passivity is not accepted very much in the culture of society today, but spiritually and mystically speaking, passivity is an excellent trait to cultivate. Somebody else has a preference, let them have it. It's all right. Let them have it. Step aside. For what are you doing? You're feeding yourself. You're feeding equanimity. You're feeding peace. You're feeding santosha. You're feeding contentment. My gosh, you're feeding the road to enlightenment. Let them go first. Let them be first. You know, you're in the grocery store. Let them be first. You're on the road. Let them be first. You're walking to the bus stop. Let them be first. I'm not saying let them walk over you. I'm saying let them be first. And in letting them be first, you breathe, you bless them, because you've moved away the aggression of your consciousness. You've moved it away. Oh, all that angular energy has been let go. All that angular energy has been let go. And you begin to see more clearly. And you begin to see the path that is best for you. You begin to see the people whom you wish to be by, the people whose presence you want to cultivate in your life, the thoughts, the poetry, the music, the uplifting teachings to cultivate in your life, the AUMm to cultivate and bring into your life. You see it. When you step back, you see it. When you step back and ascend up, you see it. You do not anymore need to fight for your place. One of my beloved disciples has been working at a job that's been really hard work, really hard work, long hours and a lot of physical work. And it's been quite difficult for her for the last few months. Really, she was so happy to get the job, but it's been very physically hard. You know, but she keeps writing poetry, she keeps going to the teaching, she keeps doing her practices and studying when she's got the time in between her work. And yesterday, she calls me to say, this place I'm working has been sold. They're upgrading it. They told me they want to keep me. And they want to pay me 3 times the salary I've been getting. 3 times the salary I've been getting. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. She kept up. It was hard. It's hard. Very hard few years that she's had. But she kept practicing as best as she could. And this is a wonderful piece of karma, perhaps. You never know with karma. It's always should just be accepted as it is. What am I trying to tell you today? What is important that I'm trying to say to you? Narura Muni is everyone who drops thought forms in your universe. And every thought form that is dropped in your universe, you have the choice. Do you pick it up and become relative to it? Or do you say, bless you, no thank you, bless you, no thank you? Now, there is I don't know whether to call it a thought form, a group thought form, probably a group thought form. I'll let you decide. There is this thought form that says that I have to control life for everyone. I know better than anybody else about how they should be living their lives. Now, I know you don't have that thought form. It's never attached to you. But let's say you run into it one day and it seizes a hold of you. It seizes you. Just that's what the planets do. That's what the thought forms do. They seize you. You want to make sure you let the good ones seize you, like the thought of enlightenment. Let that seize you. Gravitate towards that. Become relative to that. But the thought form seizes you that you need to control the life of your son, the life of your daughter, the life of all of your loved ones. You need to control. And the thought form tears you apart. It seizes you so strongly you can't sleep. It affects your digestive system. It affects your happiness. Because you're absolutely sure that you know better. It's Narura Muni. It's a Narura Muni thought form. It's the thought that mine is better. My thought is better. My God is better. My way of living is better. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And let life unfold as it will unfold. And it will unfold with great wonder and beauty for you. You meditate, meditate, meditate. Use your affirmations, use your meditation, use your visualization. Very powerful form that we have with visualization. One of the greatest blessings of the earth plane is what's called the Saturn delay, the Saturn factor. And it's the Saturn delay, which slows things down, that gives you the ability to concentrate. It gives you the ability to visualize, whether it's a symbol that you're visualizing, a yantra, whether it is an image that you're visualizing, a thought that you're visualizing. The power of your mind on the earth in the Saturn realm gives you the ability to bring that form and concentrate on it. That's a very important skill to have, a great blessing to have, I tell you. So really, what needs to be done? I'll end with a story before we meditate. Once upon a yogi time, there was a little yogi walking through the forest. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Ouch! Ouch! Ow! Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Oh! Shiva, help me find this. Walks a little further. Oh my goodness gracious. whatever, how did you ever get caught in this mess? You're all tangled up. Well, I know that. I know I'm all tangled up. How did you get in the middle of the thorn bush there? You're not even around it. You're surrounded by it. How did you get there? It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Oh! Okay. Take a breath. I can't breathe. Okay. Got a plan. Take your right hand. Okay. Lift it away from the bush. Take your left hand. Lift it away from the bush. Take your right foot. Step back from the bush. Take your left hand. Step back from the bush. No, you want this for yourself. And with that, he sticks his hands, his feet, his face back in the thorn bush. You want this for yourself. This is my pain. And the yogi says, Namaste. Remember, you want to let go of it. Right hand back, left hand back, right foot back, left foot back, and breathe. In the meantime, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. In the meantime, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. What is to be done? You cling, we cling, you cling, I cling to the thought forms that we want to cling to. We gravitate, we are seized by the pain that we want to hold on to. All you have to do is step back for just a moment and let go of that pain for just 1 nanosecond. Just let go of it, and you will be free. And you can tell you truthfully, if you want to go back and grab it later, you can. You can. But you also can free yourself. You free yourself for just a nanosecond, and you're free. For your consciousness will remember, that's what it's like to be peace-filled. That's what it's like to be free. There is only one. In all of the majesty and the glory of all the manifestations of life, it is one. We are one. You, me, all of the manifestations of life, all the forms. We're all one. We're all a part of life, not apart from this beautiful existence which we are within. Let us turn inward and meditate and feel that oneness. Sitting with your spine erect, your hands placed in the Om mudra. The index finger and the thumb together. Turning your head to the left with a double exhalation. And bring the head back to the center. Begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath. Draw the energy from the limbs to the trunk. From the trunk to the spinal column. from the base of the spine to the sun center. Move that energy out in front of you as a golden light. Sweep around to the left and encase your entire being in golden light. Do this 2 more times. Expand that golden light. Ascend as high as you are able to the high place of meditation. Reaching that high place, find yourself in a comfortable meditation spot. Now see your mind's eye. A 3-dimensional screen. Upon that screen arises the most beautiful object. At this moment, the most beautiful object of beauty, the most beautiful form of life to you. Sharpen your mind's eye so that you might see it more clearly. Bring this object of beauty closer to your mind's eye. Feel it. Smell it. Taste the taste of the beauty. Hear the sound of the beauty. Bring the form of beauty closer to your mind's eye. Bring it to your sun center. With your breath, bring it over the Sasamanic channel, your spine. Allow the form of beauty to begin to dissolve down your spine as golden dewdrops of Ananda. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. Feel that form of beauty dissolving down your spinal column. Feel it radiating to the trunk and limbs of your body. Now softly or silently chant Ananda and let that light, that object, that form of beauty, let that beauty radiate forth from every cell of your being, singing, radiating forth itself into the universe. Ananda, 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 Ananda. Om Ananda. Om Ananda. Om Ananda. Om Tat Sat Om. Thou art that. Thou art the beauty. Thou art the Om. Thou art life itself. Seek out your own illumination with ever greater diligence. See the sun, the lightness of the sun within you. Let it radiate forth, the light at your sun center. Let it radiate forth until with each breath that you breathe, with each inhalation and exhalation, you are aware of the sunlight of which you are a part and which lives within every cell of your being. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Namaste, Namaskar. Thank you for the blessings of your presence. Thank you for the spiritual energy that you bring. May you feel the lightness and see the lightness which thou art. Namaste.